Well, Paul, I know it's early days, but that's some team you've got there.
They're doing well, but with 5 games in for us, so I'm going to have an air of caution about us. We played against a very good team. It was a tough game, but yet again, was it 3rd game running, come from behind, show a lot of character. I keep sort of setting little challenges or little questions to the team and the squad, and at the minute they're coming up with all the right answers. So delighted to win, especially in front of yet another big crowd, and against a top team that we know full well will be up there at the end of the season.
You came from behind, and perhaps the manner of Wrexham's goal made it more difficult to come from behind, in the fact that it looked like a foul on halfway. I mean, you probably had the same view as we did. It
was a strong tackle, but I just felt he'd come through the back of him to win the ball. He won the ball. I just think again when I was playing, it's fine. It's a great tackle, but I'm not sure it is anymore. I know we talk about these new rules coming in. I don't really think anyone quite knows where they're at with it, but we still have to try and defend it. And I have to say it was a great ball to play Hyde in, and he finished it well. But we responded well again, and I thought the equalising goal was an excellent goal from our point of view. Ryan Taylor again getting across that near post. Special message to his wife for hanging on and not giving birth too soon, from our point of view.
But if she can manage before Saturday.
Well, I'm hoping now. We just checked his phone, but there were no news. So, but yeah, I'll just say hopefully as soon as possible.
And there is that belief about them, isn't there? I mean, we were talking about last year when you weren't here, and years before that. If Town conceded, that could be that. But now there's a real belief in the squad.
Well, I think some of that comes through experience and going through that. So we've got evidence to say that we can do it. But ultimately, when I say we, it's the players. Obviously, they're out there. Again, I thought the fans were really good. It's a big game. It's early on in the game. It wasn't loads in it. We go behind, but the response is to get behind the team, and we're going to need that throughout the season. I hope that the players can continue in the vein that they are, not just in terms of results, because we know that at some point it won't go our way, but in terms of the application and the effort, then I'm really pleased with them. And I think a lot of the time, when fans see that, they will take maybe the times when it doesn't quite go our way a little bit easier, albeit we're all upset when it doesn't.
Second half, Wrexham had more of the ball perhaps, but you defended really well. There was not many too worrying moments. I mean, Crooksy did a couple of great defensive blocks at one stage, but apart from that, they didn't cause you too much any problems. Is that fair to say?
I think so. A lot of it was in front of us. They played a lot of longer balls, and I think longer balls that then resulted in goal kicks for us. That's what I said. I thought it was quite disciplined. I was in some ways wanting to make certain changes that I don't feel we were quite able to. Just give us a bit more energy. McAtee and Erico, I know we brought Erico off a bit sooner, but both looked like they needed replacing. But I was reluctant to take McAtee off in particular, because if the game changes and we need a goal, he's always likely to either come up with one or set one up. And again, with Tails, he might have had to go and play as a striker for us. So felt a little bit restricted in that side, but overall I thought we defended extremely well, and it was great obviously when we got the 3rd goal. A fantastic finish from Mike. Still has a lot to do. Showed great composure, because that's a long run. Alright, he's fresher than their lad, but to run and, like I say, have the composure to go around the keeper and took it home. Really pleased for him. Max is a bit of a complex character, can beat himself up at times. It's funny, we had a chat yesterday and he's saying he doesn't feel quite sharp as he wants to and things like that. So just understand where you're at, from his injury, missed some of pre-season again. And we know at the minute his role, I guess, has been more of an impact, but I'm sure at some stage, if he keeps working hard, then he'll get in the starting lineup as well.
Riley Taylor up against two experienced centre-half forwards did really well as well, because particularly Mullen, he's a very clever player, the way he reverses into centre-backs and things like that.
Yeah, him and Jake Hyde are certainly a handful. They brought Angus on again, who's a good striker. I just liked his composure again at times. The longer it went, I thought initially maybe just got messed around very slightly. Just told him, tried to get the message onto the pitch, and at half time, make sure he's concentrating on the ball when it's in the air, don't concentrate on the man so much. But second half, I think there's times when it goes through, and you know, with all due respect, I think some players at our level would just sort of hoof the ball anywhere, and he has a touch and finds a pass, or he hits it into a nice area. I guess, you know, it's always nice to see a left footer playing there. It's always been a challenge to find one, and some lads over the years have done fantastic for me that aren't left footed, but you feel reassured when it comes on that left side that he's going to find a decent pass or clearance.
You mentioned Ryan Taylor, he seemed to be limping a little bit towards the end, maybe just the exertions of the day, but he is your sort of one striker you've got at the moment with Lenny out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I presume you're still looking. Are you any closer?
No, a couple again that I thought might be possibilities, I've been told that aren't now. So it's frustrating. I mean, there's a little bit of me, I'm kind of comfortable in one respect, but we are, if they were both fit. If they're both fit, I've got no issues at the minute. But I've said all along I would like a third one. In an ideal world, one that might be slightly different. But I can promise you there's not many out there at all. And you know, some of the names that have been maybe put forward to me, I really don't believe they're going to impact the squad. So I don't know, people might think we're getting away with it a little bit at the minute. I don't know, I'd say we were a bit unlucky initially, but we sort of need to get Lenny back as soon as we can, and certainly look after Ryan as much as possible, as I think we do some of the players. You know, we didn't do much at all on Monday after the travel, but to put another big effort in, and now the message is in the dressing room, enjoy tonight within reason, but Saturdays I think is a real challenge, and I mean that with all respect for the opposition, but it's not a team like a Wrexham or a Stockport where the expectations are there. I'm pleased to see that they won tonight, if I'm honest. So they'll come here confident and hoping to build on that.